the kind of game that can help define an entire season. Fielded in the end zone. It's ball. So the Florida Gators offense comes onto the field for the first time today. Now, last season, remember, Georgia was expected to dominate, and Florida really played well. DJ Lagway, the quarterback, gets out injured, but still, this was tied with 5 minutes to go in the game.
Boy, when Lagway went down, it was just such a difference in that game, but it was competitive. Remember, Florida had some mistakes. They had that chance for the go-ahead field goal, a bad snap. It just wasn't a clean game in the end, and the Dogs ended up getting out of there with a win. This is a really good, solid run. I know it's not the flashiest big play, but it's important for your offense to be able to get yards like that on early downs. You stay ahead of the chains, and it opens up the playbook for the second and third down coming up.
Misses the receiver, incomplete.
I'm not sure the quarterback makes the right decision on this one. I think if he'd do it over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision. That one's incomplete.
On this opening possession, they'll face a 3rd down and 5. Back to throw. It's Lagway. Grab down the middle. It's Ball. Tackled at the 32. That's enough for a first down.
That's exactly what you want to see here from this offense. A big 3rd down conversion. Offensive line did their job, giving a quarterback enough time. Great read, good execution, throws the ball accurately. And now you got some momentum going here on this opening drive.
The Gators will have 1st and 10 here. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
That completion sets up a 2nd down play. They're going to run it. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
Big moment on the opening drive. They face 3rd down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Good job here by the defense on 3rd down. Forget about throwing downfield. They go short, and they make them pay for it with a loss of yardage.
And the Gators will line up to boot it away. And this will be the first punt for this offense this afternoon. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense comes out for their first possession today. They'll be met by a defensive front that has a couple of impact players on it. They get after the quarterback. They slow the run down. Really a nightmare to block.
Well, these guys are what it's all about. You want to build a great defense? Follow this blueprint right here. Big, strong, athletic defensive linemen. They're game wreckers, and they're lucky to have a couple of them up front. Going to be tough on this offense to try to hold up the line of scrimmage. Some really tight windows to throw into for this quarterback with the defense sitting back in zone. But he finds the curl route, and he shows you his arm strength by getting it in there.
Less than a yard to go as they come to the line on 2nd down. Looking for a gap. It's Frazier. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Setting the tone early with good runs like this can really wear defense down and keep the defense guessing. That's why some of the best coaches of all time have primarily done it with great run games.
It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. Caught in the backfield. It's Bell. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over in that time.
Just a great play here by the corner. The offense completes the pass, but the corner comes up, makes a forward tackle while driving the offensive player back into the process.
Here's the 2nd down play. Looking downfield. It's Stockton. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
Boy, great defensive linemen not only have the ability to get upfield to rush the quarterback, but that instinct to recognize a screen pass. Good job of sensing it and making a play.
Offense made in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. On the run here, lets it go. Makes the catch. It's Thomas. He's not going to get the first down. It's fourth down now.
Well, big decision coming up now for this offense. I think they thought they might get this first down, but now 4th and 1. Offensive coordinator and head coach talking about it. Are you going to go for it?
The Dogs will bring their punt team onto the field. Not what he was hoping for. Instead of pinning the offense deep, it's a touchback. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. The shotgun running play call. Gets some space around the 30. Breaks into the clear. And he steps out of bounds, but a solid gain there on the ground.
There's nothing more that helps an offense than committing to that running game and popping an explosive run like this on the ground. Keeps the confidence of your offensive line up. Same with your back. It helps everything else that you're doing as an offense in your rhythm. Now you can come back with some counters, try to take some shots off of play action, and keep hammering away with that run game.
Delivers quickly to the left side. Oh, what a grab! They get him down, but not before he gets to the plus 38. Getting set for the second quarter here, both offenses searching for a spark. They didn't do much in the first quarter at all. As we get lined up here for quarter number 2, we'll see if the offenses can get going. They didn't do much in the opening quarter. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Looking to pass. It's Lagway. Lets it fly to the wideout. Oh, and he dropped it. Very uncharacteristic play by this wide receiver. Second down. The border battle that goes back to 1950. Over the years, this Dogs-Gators tussle has been interesting. One side's had the upper hand. The other side gets it back. Can't wait to see what unfolds today.
Chris, I just love this game every single year down in Jacksonville. The tailgating is phenomenal. What a scene, the way they split the stadium in half. But let's face it, not a lot of great games in recent years. Hopefully we're in store for a memorable one today.
Tackle is finally made down at the 11-yard line.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
The Gators will line up on 1st and 10. They'll run it to the right side. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
That is called gap integrity. Nice job by this defense of taking away that inside run and then using their speed as the back tried to bounce that to the outside. There's just no room to run.
Coming to the line on second down, this is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Bringing pressure. Looked over the middle, but it's incomplete. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Defense is coming after him. Caught over the middle. It's ball. He can't reach the goal line. They tackle him inside the 5.
Quarterback had a lot of time to evaluate this defense, and most of his reads downfield appeared to be taken away, so he checks it down to his running back. And how about the way this defense just runs to the football to keep him short of that first down? Great job by the D.
And it's good, right down the middle. So we have our first points on the board. That makes it 3-0.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive. The kickoff team is out. He'll take the return and try to get some better field position. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. And for the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Receiver makes the grab. It's a nice gain. Move the football to the 27.
How about the offense here dialing up a good zone beater? Let's give credit to the coordinator for calling the right play at the right time and the receiver finding the hole in that zone.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. The offense with some pre-snap motion. Play action here on first down. Looking for his big tight end. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Georgia.
What a well-designed play here by this offense to get the ball to the gifted tight end. Of course, he's got the size, but here he shows you the speed that he has in outrunning the secondary into the end zone for a big touchdown.
And they'll set up now for the extra point try. PAT makes the score 7-3. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Bringing it out. It's Ball. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. So they begin the drive here in the final 3 minutes of the half. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well we defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
So the counter play doesn't work. The defense in good position that time to make a play.
Yeah, on most of these counters, you leave the in man on the line of scrimmage unblocked, and you try to pull those offensive linemen to kick him out. But if you have an aggressive defense, sometimes that can backfire, and the defense knew exactly what was coming there.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in third and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? Taking a shot deep down the right side. The pass is caught, but they say he's out of bounds, so an incompletion.
Illegal touchdown. Offense.
So the offense will decline the penalty and just take the result of that play. The Gators will line up to punt it away. And he'll kick it away now for the second time. He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. Back to throw. It's Stockton. That's reeled in. It's Bell. They bring him down, but that gain moves the ball all the way to the 31.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
New set of downs for the offense. 1st and 10. Handoff here from the shotgun. Breaks free. They finally make the stop, but a chunk play there moves the ball inside the 10. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter. And the Bulldogs will line up here on 1st down and goal. First and goal, they'll try to run it in. And they finally stop it at the 3. The offense really threatening now. The defense will spend their second timeout here to make some adjustments.
Chris, down here inside the 10-yard line, these are tough yards to come by. Positive yards, good push inside there by that offensive line.
They look to throw it here on second down. And he makes the catch. Touchdown, Dogs.
Now, that's his second touchdown today. This guy's winning every one-on-one matchup this defense provides. Great job by the quarterback putting the ball where his guy can make a play on it, and he's got 2 on the board.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. Extra point makes the lead 11. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Dropping back. It's Lagway. Pulls it in. It's Wilson. Heads out of bounds as a short gain on the play. Nice catch made out of the slot position. That's going to be tough to stop today, Kurt.
He is so dangerous in space at that slot position. Nice job at the top of that route. Gave a little shoulder fake to create that separation. Made it easy for the quarterback to find him and make that throw.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Looking for the wide out. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
I think he predetermined where to go with his football. Really didn't give himself a chance to work through his progressions. Locked into his primary, tried to force it in there, and it doesn't work out.
After the incompletion, they'll face a 3rd and 6. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. A deep shot to the right. Catch made down inside the 10. They make the tackle there, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what that's about.
Defense.
Offense will decline the penalty after that big gain. The offense knocking on the door here with a 1st and goal. Trying to run it. It's Ball. And he's finally tackled at the 3. Defense getting pushed backwards. Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. It's their first timeout. See if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. And he drops back in the gun. Looking to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Gators.
Chris, this is a great play by the receiver coming up with this touchdown. But let's go back to the beginning of this play. Give the quarterback a lot of credit. He got the ball out of his hands quickly to get that receiver the football to give him a chance to put the touchdown on the board.
They're set now to try the PAT. PAT is good. They still trail, though. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with the touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. Fielded in the end zone. It's Branch. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin at the 19. To throw, it's Stockton. Dump off, caught by the running back. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage.
Chris, one of the things I love about this running back, it's not just this defense trying to defend him running the football. As you can see here early in this game, trying to get him involved in the passing game. Great call.
Important second down play coming up. The offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Grab down the middle. It's Frazier. Tackled at the 44, but good enough for a first down. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Taking a deep shot here to the right. And he is wide open for a huge gain. Oh, and he hits out of bounds after a really nice game there.
Yeah, you know this defense has got to be frustrated after giving up multiple conversions now on first downs. There's another one. But for the offense, man, they're just playing very efficiently right now.
So on first down, the field goal unit will come out there trying to get 3 points before the half. And the field goal is good.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So here's the kickoff now. Offense setting in for three, tacking on a little bit of momentum before the halftime break. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Final seconds in the first half, they will just take a knee and head to the locker room. Looks like the offense is content to run out the clock here and just take it to intermission. The minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Guys, some real edge-of-your-seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go here for the Gators and Bulldogs. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move-the-chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big, fat W. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Florida and Georgia plays out.
And the Gators will kick this deep to begin the second half. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Back to pass. It's Stockton. The short completion of the tight end. He is a load to bring down. Finally, a strong tackle by the cornerback gets him.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Pass complete. It's second down now. Receiver in motion now. Play fake, looking to throw. That's caught. It's Branch. Tackle made after a big play all the way to the 41. That'll put him over 150 yards today, Kirk. He is putting on a show on this big stage.
How great is this? On this stage, as you mentioned, Chris, just playing his best game. He's been in sync with his receivers. Back there, has time to throw. Just having a dream performance.
The offense really clicking against this embattled defense. It's an option look. Pitch to the back. They've got him behind the line. The option doesn't work at all.
Well, when they called that one in, I doubt they thought it was going to go backwards like it did. Normally, you can get a few out of these option plays, but they got nothing here.
Running play goes backwards. Now the offense is set up at 2nd and 13. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. With the catch, it's Bell. They bring him down after a short gain there. backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over, and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
So they'll send out the field goal unit to give it a shot here from very long distance. And he's got it with ease from 56 yards away.
Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. Bringing it out, it's Hawkins. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Here's the first play of the drive now, backed up at the 15. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Oh, the pass is picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Well, your best player's got to make big plays in these kind of moments, and that's what happened right here with this defensive battle. The offense in a tie game in the red zone, looking at points, and instead, the defense with the interception. In a tie game, their offense now has the ball.
And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. They were fortunate to get points on the last possession because of a long-range field goal. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
2nd down play coming up for this offense. Give it to the back again. A crucial 8-yard gain sets up a makeable 3rd and 2.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
This is crucial. Defense needing a stop on 3rd down, trying to force a field goal. It's a handoff to the wide receiver trying to make the yardage. Motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. We had a short field. The offense did exactly what they're supposed to do. That would have been a big ask for the defense there, Kurt.
Absolutely. But when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
Now they line up to kick the extra point. And the PAT puts them up 17 now. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Return starts from inside the 5. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. For the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. On 1st down, it's play action. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Well, it looks like somebody did a great job of preparing himself to get ready for this football game. It's his 2nd interception in this game so far. Obviously reviewed the tape, is locked in on his fundamentals. That's a big-time player making big-time plays.
See if they can punch it in. It's 1st and goal. offense will keep it on the ground here. Touchdown, Georgia. They continue to roll up the score. Well, no surprise for offense this good. Short field, quick touchdown.
Yeah, you get into the red zone, though, there's a tendency to want to get conservative. I love that the offensive coordinator and the quarterback kept attacking until they came away with 7 points.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And here's the return from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. Here's the first play of the drive now, backed up at the 15. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Quick completion to the tight end. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards. That completion makes it 2nd and medium. Back to pass. It's Lagway. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
3rd down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking to scramble. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Well, Chris, that's a great example of why we see these college football coaches bringing in baseball coaches to teach these quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy? Make sure he doesn't get hurt. That's exactly what he did on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and then pick up the first down.
Off the play fake on first down. Quick throw to his receiver. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down. After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 29. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Using his legs. It's Spall. But a quick stop by the defense. Gain just 2, so it's 3rd and 8.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this. Looking for a man deep on the right side. Oh, he dropped it. Can you believe it? A huge gain slips through his hands.
Man, I was hoping he'd be able to hold on to that football. That would have been a big play there on 3rd down. Now, big decision coming up here on 4th.
The Gators will have to kick it away. Great footwork, a big opening now. Good effort by the return man. They get him down, but that's a solid gain on the return. Time for one more play here in the quarter. Play action here on first down. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack. Well, Kirk, it's Georgia on top so far. So after 3/4 of play, it's a pretty solid lead. Let's take a look at our game stats, how we got here. And now entering the final period of play, is there an epic comeback in store? We're going to find out. Here we go, first play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. Looking to throw. It's Stockton. A quick throw to the flat. It's a screen. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit and swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Grab behind the line. It's Branch. And the defense wraps him up quickly. Got about 5 yards on the completion, but now it's 4th down. Dogs will send their punt team onto the field. They're going to kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, and it lands at the 4 and bounces in for a touchback. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. Looking for some space. It's Ball. Slams right into a wall. They got him for a loss.
Chris has just really been the story of the game. This defense has completely eliminated this offense's ability to run the football, made them one-dimensional. That's why they haven't been able to put many points on the board.
They go backwards on 1st down, so it's 2nd and long from the 19. It's a quarterback keeper. Past the 30. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Boy, it's fun to watch this guy run the quarterback option. This time he keeps it, big positive yards, and a 1st down. The defense has got to figure out a way to slow this guy down.
1st down here for this offense. And here's the handoff. The gain is 3. Now it's 2nd down and 7.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game. Held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Takes the handoff and he'll head left. Nowhere to run up the middle.
Now, you see this with a lot of backs. There's a tendency to want to try to bounce it to the outside. Now, sometimes the play calls for it, but you know the coaches are telling them to follow the blockers and execute the plan.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Scanning the field. It's Lagway. Looking deep down the right side. And the pass is dropped incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball.
Now, trailing by this much in the 4th quarter, the defense playing smart. They know you've got to take some deeper shots to try to get back into this game with a big play. And the margin of error for this quarterback shrinks with every pass attempt.
Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field trying to chip away at this lead. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. He's got it, and that is enough for a 1st down. They get him down, but a big gainer to the 42. We've reached the 2-minute timeout for this offense, facing some serious urgency, trying to come up with a miracle late here. The Gators have 1st and 10 here. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's 2nd down.
How about the defense today? They have played so well. I think the defensive coordinator put together a great plan. His kids clearly understood their scheme because they have been aggressive and attacking all game long.
Offense lines up for a 2nd down play off the incompletion. A play action looking to throw. And he throws his 3rd interception of the day. Brought down after a short return, but the pick sets up the offense at the 39. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin at the 39. Pounding away with the run game. He's brought down out at the 46.
Just another example of this offense, Chris, doing pretty much whatever they want to do. They've been able to run the football. Offensive lines held their own in pass protection. Quarterbacks had an outstanding day. You add all that up, it's a big reason why they're up by such a wide margin.
Getting set. Here's second down. Using his legs, it's Frazier. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Important third down play coming up. QB decides to keep it here. Looks like Georgia will have the first down.
We got a short pickup here, but just what they needed. This will keep the drive moving, and you know what it's going to do? Plant the seed on this defense. Anytime they run that option, beware the quarterback.
So the ball placed right at midfield as the offense starts with a 1st and 10. This was a case of a higher-ranked, respected team that came in here and handled business. Did what we expected them to do, Kirk, but they did it with impressive focus and execution.
Man, you said it. These guys just seem to be on a mission today. They weren't going to let anything get in their way, especially another ranked opponent. This team was motivated from the opening kickoff.
And that is going to do it. We enjoy being here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. And this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.